Hello and welcome back to Handmade Originals. This is the fifth in a series of 6 videos all about how to write, illustrate and publish a children's storybook for free using Canva, your own fair hands and Amazon KDP. We've covered a whole range of things so far, including the content, illustrations, finding your story, etc. And if you want to start at the beginning of the series, I'll put a link. Actually, it doesn't come here, it comes here. I'll put a link here. And this video will show you how to create the cover in Canva using a template from Amazon KDP. Now, I don't know about you, but I found all the different formats of what format different things had to be in at which stage of the process a bit confusing. So for my own benefit, if not for yours, I created this sort of pathway where you follow the rainbow colours, and at each stage it tells you what format the file needs to be in so that you have a smooth journey. If that's of use to you as well, feel free to download it from my shop, I think for the princely price of something like 77 or 78 pence. Now, my last video was quite long and very detailed because there was a lot of information to cram into it, so I'm going to try and crack on with this one and keep up a brisk pace. Let's go.
Right, the first thing we have to do is go into your account with KDP. As I said to you at the very beginning, if you get stuck, you're on the wrong page or whatever, just go up here to help, click on this and it brings you to this page. Then we're going to come over to here and we want format your paperback. And we go down, down, down. We don't go to cover creator, we go to create a paperback cover because you're going to do it yourself. Click that and then come down, down, down. You can listen to that if you want to, watch that little video. And you come all the way down here where you're going setting your cover size, and you want to, where it says set up your file yourself, cover calculator and template generator. Click that. And that brings you to this page where you want, right, enter your book information, select your binding type, you are paperback, interior type is premium colour. You will remember at the very beginning we looked at the minimum page count and you had to have premium colour on white paper for a minimum page count of 24, which is about right for a first children's paperback book. Paper type, white paper. Reading direction will be left to right. Measurement units, and you choose which is your preferred unit, whether you want inches or millimeters. I'm working in inches. Interior trim size. This is the size of your pages of your book. So for me, I wanted to, so just in my example, I was using 8 by 8, which is not listed here. So I just go to custom trim size, which is 8 by 8. Page count, I'm going to say it's just 32, which is the average for a children's book. And then it says calculate dimensions here. And then KDP gives you this brilliant little template, which is absolutely perfect for your book. And you'll see here, these are all the measurements that you're going to need. The most important one here, because you're going to go to Canva, is this first one, which is full cover, which you can see is the, if I can get my arrow out of the way, my cursor rather, total width and height of the cover file, including the front, back, spine and wrap. So for the canvas that you're going to create next in Canva, you want it to be 16.325 wide and 8.25 in height. Then you click your download your template. You will end up with a zipped file here, which you can then open. And if you open it up completely, there's also a README page of loads of instructions, but you'll get to something like this. This is for my, and it gives you all the details here. So it's my 8 by 8, and again it gives you the overall dimensions here if you didn't note them down before you downloaded your template. 16.325 inches by 8.250 inches. Then what we're going to do is upload this to Canva. And let's go into Canva now. And here we are in Canva where I've already created the canvas with the right measurements for my template. I have uploaded my template, which is here. I'll just pull that across. It's smaller than the actual canvas, but it's the correct dimensions, so all I need to do is just enlarge it from the corners, and it should fit exactly, and it does. That's so satisfying. Right, you'll see here that it's got, this is the spine down the back, that's the front of the book, that's the back of the book. Just to confirm, this is the sample book I'm doing, 8 by 8. The pink zone around the edge is to be avoided by anything that's important, like any words or pictures. The final line before the edge is the trim, where it's going to get cut off, and this is the spine. If it was a thicker book, you would be able to put something on the spine here. This was my original design for Lottie and the Croc, and I had Lottie and the Croc over the top here and just written and illustrated by my name at the bottom here. Quite cute, I thought, but the point about this design is this was never going to be a commercial design. This was only aimed at one person, which was my great niece, Lottie. So I didn't put any blurb on the back because she knows who I am. And I didn't put any advertising about the book because it was a present, so I didn't feel the need to sort of advertise it to her. But if you are going to sell your book commercially, you do want to put a bit of blurb on the back about the content of the book, and possibly also some pictures here to kind of give an idea of what the book is about, a bit like, I suppose, a trailer for a film. And I wouldn't worry too much about giving away the plot of your book, because if you think about it, children's books are generally read many, many times. So the child will be familiar with the story, and actually that's part of the enjoyment of it. And if you think about trailers for films, very often they have sort of like the most exciting things in the trailers, and we still go and watch the films anyway. So here's just what I created as a possible new cover if I decide I'm going to try to promote this book commercially. I've made it, I think, much more lively. I've made the title much larger, Lottie and the Croc. I just wanted to show you, I mean, what choices you make are very subjective, so I can't really tell you how to create your own design, because that's very much dependent upon what your book is about and what your tastes are. But I just wanted to show you one or two clever little things that Canva does. So underneath all of this, but on top of the background, which is this green here, we have the template, and at the moment it's on 0 transparency. So if I make it darker or brighter, you can see that all of the information I've put is within this red barrier around the edge, and there's nothing covering up this yellow bit here, which is where the barcode is going to go. So that's just a very nice way of checking everything. If some of these were too close to the edge here, something else you can do. What I did here was I actually wanted them to sort of tumble down the page, so I made each letter, as you can see, independent of all the others. But if I wanted to move them en masse, what I can do is if I press Shift and then click on them, then all of the letters are grouped together. I can press Group here, and then if I move them, they all move together. Before I download this file, I'm going to delete the template completely. One thing which I picked up from another video I watched on cover files to research for this video I'm making now is that because all of this is basically an advert for your book, if your name is not a draw, i.e. you're not famous or important, then don't make it huge, because it's not a selling point. Just put it on there for information only. I've put these pictures in here for reasons mentioned before. Could also put in a bit of blurb here, but I'm not sure what I want to say about myself, so I'll leave that for the moment. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to delete. It's highlighted here. I'm going to delete. So now I think I'm happy with this book cover. So now I'm going to download this as my new cover file. I'm going to press Share up here. I'm going to go to Download here. exactly as we did before for the content file. I'm going to make it a PDF print file, and I'm going to flatten it because I've got quite a few little elements here. So I want it all flattened, and then it just stays put where it is. And it's going to be RGB. I'm going to save my download settings, and I'm going to download it to my folder. And that's it. One thing I would say is, while you've got this open in Canva, just lock it so that everything stays put and you can't accidentally kind of move things there. And keep this file, because if at some stage you realise you've made a spelling error here, this is the file you'll come back into in Canva to alter it, correct it, and then re-download it and re-upload it to Amazon KDP. And again, personally, I'm going to be checking my rainbow diagram just to make sure I've got everything in the correct format. Right.
So that's it for this video. I would say one final thing though, which is this. People say don't judge a book by its cover. When it comes to actual books, people really do judge a book by its cover. So really, although you're sort of feeling like you're nearly at the end of your journey, having done all the content, really put quite a lot of thought and effort into your cover, because it has to not only advertise what's inside the pages, but also really sell the book itself and convey all of your very exciting and interesting ideas. I shall see you in the next video, which is all about how to finally publish.